The number 5 top travel threat for business travellers in 2013 relates to multi-devices. Business and business travellers are now spoilt by choice. There's a proliferation of options as associated to smartphones, to tablets, to laptops, to netbooks, and all sorts of configuration, both bring your own devices as well as company provided. So what this creates is intellectual property issues. Is it a private device? Is it a company device? But also asynchronization across all of these devices. So that means is the desktop process where the individual is both confirmed and consolidated with their itinerary for travel, is that the same device that they're currently traveling with? Do they have the same resources available? Is that the same mechanism for communication? Has the individual got multiple SIM cards, multiple phone numbers, multiple profiles, multiple means of communication across all of these devices? Do they have a preference for one or the other? Do they take all of these devices or one of these devices? Again, there's a variance of choice which is becoming increasingly problematic for the travel industry, but certainly travel risk management providers, that be in-house and service providers. So over the next 12 to 13 months, as more devices are released and updated versions and new service plans and the affordability and the corporate accessibility or even personal preference, this is not going to become any less complicated, whether it be e-readers, whether it be tablet devices, laptops, and so on. All of these have various different operating platforms, how they coordinate and synchronize within the corporate environment, whether they're even able to, are individuals increasingly encouraged or forced to carry their own personal devices when they travel because the organisations themselves are so far behind on the technology side. Do they upgrade to the latest operating systems? Are they susceptible to bluejacking, to Wi-Fi networks, to lost devices with all of their corporate contacts? And all of these sorts of considerations are now becoming major concerns for the larger corporations, but they've become instant concerns to the small to medium enterprises who may never have even given consideration or thought to this, but have significantly more at stake or invested because their devices could be the difference between 80 to 90% of their revenue being generated from a handful of individuals who are actually traveling. So again, it actually amplifies their concerns rather than because they've got less travelers, it makes it less of a problem. So over the next 12 to 18 months, we're going to see that travellers with all of the information, with their access and their systems, and the security management, the asset controls, as well as the communication opportunities, and above all, as I said, with the multiple profiles and touch points for communication, is going to complement, frustrate, and cause failure across organisations, both in routine and priority communications. So in the event that somebody does need to communicate or be communicated to, which device do you choose? Which platform is of preference? Is a particular generational gap between those that use emails and those that respond to SMSs, or those that prefer instant messaging? Or are the costs associated with international roaming too high and therefore they've gone to a local SIM which has none of those accessibility and data options? Again, these issues and these problems and conundrums for organisations will only get more problematic. But for 2013, it comes in as the number 5 threat and concern is that of multi-device for one of the greatest threats to business travel for 2013.